Will King Charles really have one of the shortest reigns in British history? The media is reporting that His Majesty has no other choice but to abdicate the throne in favour of Prince William. What are the main reasons for these rumours? And what does the King himself think about passing on the crown so soon? Well, tabloids say that Charles is already in his son's shadow, at least in terms of popularity. The latest public outings and tours speak for themselves. Take, for instance, the recent official trips of the two royals. In mid-September, King Charles and Camilla made a 3-day state visit to France. The King made history with his speech to the French Senate, and there was a huge dinner at Versailles Palace, reportedly organised especially for the British monarch. But we don't know much about the dinner, and only basic general information was revealed about the trip in general. There is a reason for that. Prince William overshadowed the tour with his own tour abroad. The day before Charles' outing in France, Prince William had a 2-day visit to New York for the Earthshot Prize Innovation Summit. It was William's initiative to launch the Environmental Prize. The media covered all the details about the Prince of Wales's trip. They described his hero's welcome in the US, shared insider information about the meetings, and even gave details of the symbolic presents the royal got from fans for his family. This autumn, the Prince of Wales also launched a project for homeless people. He made a splash on social media with it.
One of the few great Englishmen left with any class. The Queen at least has William to keep calm and carry on.
Just look at the crowds waiting for the Prince. King Charles cannot boast of such a fan base. On the contrary, sometimes he gets into trouble on outings. Last year, one man threw several eggs at King Charles during a walkabout in York. Does that mean that people are eager to see Charles's son on the throne? Or that William himself is trying to win the public's love to get his father to step down? Actually, a lot of people never thought that Charles would even become a monarch. The thing is, His Majesty is already in his 70s. He's also previously stated that it's not easy to maintain such a huge amount of responsibility at a certain age.
Once you get to 95, it's not quite as easy as it used to be. It's bad enough at 73.
Before the passing of Queen Elizabeth, there were a lot of talks about whether William should ascend the throne. There were claims that Her Majesty herself had decided to skip over Charles in the line of succession in favour of the younger generation. So, Charles's accession came as a surprise for many Britons.
Charles is too weak to do that. William certainly would. That's why William should be king.
And the backlash only became stronger after Charles's first days as king. His Majesty was filmed behaving very awkwardly at some important events. At the meeting of the Accession Council, he grimaced after a pen tray got in the way of him signing a document, and he beckoned an aide to move it. William, by the way, managed to sign his papers without any trouble. Things only got worse when Charles lost his temper over a leaking pen.
Oh God, I hate this.
Oh look, it's going everywhere. It's only the English one. Oh look, it's everywhere.
There is bloody thing.
It seemed quite strange to some people that the sovereign couldn't handle such a tiny problem.
A pen frustrates this great ruler.
But others defended the king. They were the first days of the most important chapter in his life. What's more, Charles was still grieving his mother. But the first year of his reign was full of similar awkward moments, which were highly discussed in the press. The media also criticised his manners, saying they are not appropriate for a senior royal, like the way he talks.
I'm a Glaswegian and I need subtitles with this guy.
It was just
nice.
that side of his mouth. Could you seriously? Could you understand what he was saying?
All these things reflected on Charles's ratings. In honour of the first anniversary of his reign, Brits voted for the most beloved and popular royal family members. The monarch is in 4th place, after Prince William, his sister Princess Anne, and William's wife Catherine. It's quite a strange situation for the monarchy. Usually the sovereign receives the most admiration from the public. Charles's mother stayed at the top of the rankings her whole life. But things become even more strange when it comes to King Charles' wife. Queen Camilla is 4th from the bottom on the ranking of the most popular royals. Less popular than the King's wife are the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, Harry and Meghan. And of course Prince Andrew, whose life is full of scandals. The three of them are not working royals. This means that Camilla is the least popular person among the official royal family members. Charles's second marriage is one more reason why many people don't like him as a king. The king's love life was the subject of scandals for more than 2 decades. from his leaked intimate call with his then mistress Camilla to a messy divorce and remarriage. But there's more to the story. The king didn't get a blessing from the church or Queen Elizabeth to marry Camilla, so they just had a civil ceremony instead of a church service. With this move, the king broke one of the most important laws of his religion. That's the reason why some people still can't accept Charles as the main representative of the Church of England. Prince William has the opposite situation. He recently celebrated his 12th wedding anniversary with Princess Catherine, and throughout this time there have been no signs of any issues between them. On the contrary, Brits already compare the Prince and Princess of Wales's marriage to Queen Elizabeth II and Prince Philip's rock-solid bond. The late couple showcased unity and devotion for each other for over 7 decades. That was a big reason why the late sovereign won a special place in the hearts of the British people. William takes the example of his grandmother even further. In recent years, the Wales family has started to show PDA in public. Their touching gestures and kisses warm fans' hearts. Talking about William's marriage, Catherine is labelled his not-so-secret weapon on his way to the throne. The Princess of Wales is insanely popular among Brits and all over the world. She makes headlines with every single outing, charity project and kind gesture. Who could forget Kate's touching piano performance at the final of the Eurovision Song Contest? Royal experts believe that people are drawn to William's wife because of her beauty and youth. Catherine's advantage over the current king and queen was obvious this summer at the Chelsea Flower Show. The media covered every move of the Princess of Wales at the event. Lots of people didn't even know that King Charles and Queen Camilla were present at the event too. There were just a few mentions in the news about them. Experts say that if the Wales family moved to Buckingham Palace, the popularity of the monarchy would skyrocket. Charles can do the most good by stepping down from the throne.
I think that Charles, not through any illness, not through anything, I think he wants to go down the more modern royal family. And I think that, within 7 years, and I'm going to put me here and say 7 years, I just feel the energy that he will abdicate.
Some media have already labelled Charles as the caretaker king for the king-in-waiting, Prince William, and are just counting the days until his son's accession. What does the king himself think about giving up his title? Palace insiders say His Majesty is aware of his son and daughter-in-law's insane popularity, but he definitely isn't thinking of passing them the crown, which actually makes sense. He spent his entire life waiting for the day he would take the throne. So for now, Charles wants to enjoy his role as a monarch. But it seems like there is no bad blood between father and son in terms of grabbing the public's attention. Yes, Charles might be jealous that William is stealing his limelight, but he doesn't blame Will, especially after the Wales family reportedly commented that they are horrified about the thought that they could overshadow the king. Recent news has uncovered that the royal family made a deal of how much limelight each is going to be allowed. How long do you think such an agreement will be valid? Should Charles really step down from his duties in favour of the more popular William and Kate? Let us know your thoughts in the comments.